Hello viewers, in today's video we will learn about Moody diagram and the calculation of the friction factor. So in front of us we have a Moody diagram. So basically the Moody diagram, the relative roughness is a dimensionless parameter, okay, which is called epsilon upon d, okay. So it's the ratio of pipe's absolute surface roughness to its internal diameter, and mathematically it is expressed as epsilon upon d, okay. This term is called the relative roughness, okay. And the relative roughness determines the friction factor for turbulent flows, the relationship and how it is used on the chart. For example, if the Reynolds number is greater than 4000, so the friction factor depends on both the Reynolds number and the relative roughness. Pipe with a higher relative roughness, that is rougher walls, will experience higher friction factor at a given Reynolds number, okay. And suppose if the laminar flow, so the Reynolds number here will be lesser than 2300, so here the relative roughness has no effect on the friction factor. In this region, the friction factor is solely a function of the Reynolds number, which is F is equal to 64 upon Reynolds number. Friction factor will be equal to 64 upon Reynolds number, okay. Now this is the case of the laminar flow and this is the case of the turbulent flow, okay. And this is the Moody chart for friction factor. As you saw here, on the y-axis is the Moody factor and this is the Reynolds number, okay. And these are the different ranges, the laminar ring, the laminar flow and the turbulent flow, and this is my relative roughness, which is the ratio of epsilon upon d, and which is also, you can see, the absolute roughness of your pipe material by the inside diameter, which is called the epsilon upon d, and this is the dimensionless ratio, okay. Now this one you can see here, this is the friction factor, this is the laminar region, this is the transition, this is the smooth pipe, and this you can see the epsilon upon d is increasing, okay, with friction factor, and this is the fully rough flow, so this you can call complete turbulence. Now the Reynolds number, we all know that is the ratio of is also called as dimensionless quantity, and it is used to predict flow pattern in different flow situations, and we know that is the ratio of inertial forces to viscous forces, and it's calculated by certain equations. For example, if you see here, it's rho Vd upon mu, or we can say Vd upon mu. So here rho is the density of the fluid, V is the velocity, d is the pipe diameter, and mu is the dynamic viscosity, and mu is the kinematic viscosity. And this is also a dimensionless number, unlike the epsilon upon d, that is the relative roughness. And these are the interpretation of Reynolds number. So the Reynolds number, if this is less than 2000, is laminar, and it is lying from 2000 to 4000, so it's will be transitional. And greater than 4000, it's turbulent. Now Moody diagram has three important things, okay, has three important things. First of all, as I showed you in the figure, upper figure, it was the Reynolds number, relative roughness, friction factor. So this Moody diagram or chart, we also call a chart, is a logarithmic graph used in fluid mechanics to determine the Darcy-Weisbach friction factor, or we can say F for fluid flowing through a circular pipe. It relates three key dimensions. These are all key dimensions. It is whether Reynolds number, relative roughness, or friction factor, and is organized into distant flow regimes across the x-axis and the y-axis, as I showed you up. Laminar, transitional, turbulent, fully rough turbulent. Okay. For example, if we have a transitional flow, this will be a shaded unstable zone. Flow fluctuate between laminar and turbulent. For laminar, there would be a straight downward sloping line like this one. And if it is a turbulent, so it will be like a curve. You can see this one here, a curve slope upward, and depend on the both relative Reynolds number and the relative roughness of the pipe, okay. And if it is fully rough, so it will be very high Reynolds number, okay. So the first step is we will calculate the Reynolds number to find out to use the Moody chart. First of all, we should know the Reynolds number, then we will find out the relative roughness, that is epsilon upon d. Then we will go to the Moody chart, locate the Reynolds number on the x-axis. So here you will locate the Reynolds number. First of all, locate the Reynolds number, and then we will calculate the relative roughness. So here we will see the relative roughness, then we'll go, and then we will move vertically until reaching to the corresponding epsilon upon d. Then we will read the friction factor from d. So we will first of all locate this, then epsilon upon d, then we'll go vertically up and then read the friction factor from here. The intersecting point will be your friction factor. So first of all, we must know the Reynolds number, then the relative roughness, then we will read the friction factor. Then step 4 is we will find out the head loss. So the head loss formula, okay, is HF is equal to FL upon D into V square upon 2G. So from here we will substitute the values, and then we would find the value of head loss. So these are the 4 steps, okay. Now if it is a laminar flow, so here the friction factor is 64 upon Re. So there we don't need, for the laminar flow, we don't need any Moody chart. For example, for the turbulent flow, for example, diameter is given, velocity is given, the kinematic viscosity is given. So the Reynolds number we will calculate from the formula, that is rho Vd upon nu. There is a formula here as I showed you previously. This formula rho Vd, we will use the V into d upon nu, the second formula, and then substituting the value, you will get the answer. So this is, the flow is laminar because it's less than 2000. So here the friction factor is 64 upon I. Now for the turbulent flow, you can see this is, diameter is this, velocity is this, and this is the kinematic viscosity. So substitute the value. Here we are getting a very high value, so this is lying between the turbulent region. So here the pipe roughness and the is given, pipe roughness, and then we will similarly will find out the, from the Moody chart we will find out the friction factor. Now the another example, we have diameter, we have velocity, kinematic viscosity. So here again this is the case of turbulent flow. So the pipe roughness is given. So depending on the epsilon upon d ratio, we will find out the, we will use the Moody chart. So for the laminar flow we don't use the Moody chart, but for the turbulent flow we use the Moody chart. So we will use the chart, this chart here, the above chart, okay, this chart, to find out the friction factor. Okay, now in another practical example, we have the length, diameter, velocity, friction factor. So here we will, if we use the formula FL upon D into V square upon 2G, so we can find out the friction factor using the formula also. So the Reynolds number, as I told you earlier, it tells the type of the flow, and the Moody diagram uses that Reynolds number together with pipe roughness to find out the friction factor, which is again used to calculate the pressure or head loss. So there are 4 steps basically: Reynolds number, epsilon upon D ratio, okay, friction factor, okay. So 4 steps we have to memorize these. Okay. Now there's another more interpretation, smaller. We'll just go very fast. Okay, I told you what is the purpose of the Moody diagram: to obtain the friction factor, okay, based on the Reynolds number and the relative roughness, okay, and also we have to see the regime, which is laminar, turbulent, or very turbulent, or the transitional. Okay, and these things we have to be very clear: what is the Reynolds number, velocity, diameter, kinematic viscosity, density, and this is the mu, which is dynamic viscosity. Okay, flow regime, I told you earlier what are the flow regime: laminar, transitional, turbulent, and this is the relative roughness. And basically these relative roughness are different for different kind of material. Is it PVC, plastic pipe, conversion, steel pipes? Okay, how to use the Moody diagram, I showed you earlier. What we have to see, we have to go to the x-axis first, then go vertically, see the epsilon upon d ratio, and then within the region we will find out the friction factor. Okay, for the laminar flow we will use this equation: transitional, no higher level single value, results are uncertain, turbulent. We will use the, for example, we will use the Moody diagram or empirical equations. There are a lot of empirical equations like Kohler Book, White, Swami Jan, or Haaland. Okay, now these equations can also be used to find out the head loss, okay, within the pipe, where we assume the pipe is circular in nature. Okay, now these are some examples. The pipe diameter is given, the velocity is given, length is given, absolute roughness is given, kinematic viscosity is given, gravity is given. So using the equation, okay, first of all we'll find the Reynolds number, and then you will see it is turbulent, laminar, or transitional. Then after this, here we have deduced that the Reynolds number is lying between the turbulent region. Then we will find out the ratio of epsilon upon d. Then we will read the friction factor from the Moody diagram, or we can say the Moody chart. Okay, and the fourth step is we will calculate the head loss, okay, using the equation, and then we can also calculate the pressure loss, that is delta P is equal to rho H into rho G into HF. So we'll go step by step. Now this is the case of laminar flow. The laminar flow we don't need to use a Moody chart. We will simply use this 64 upon Reynolds number equation. So the interpretation is, the higher Reynolds number usually means turbulent flow. The rougher pipe gives a high friction factor, that is particularly in the case of turbulent flow, and a higher friction factor also gives higher head loss and higher pressure loss. And higher head loss means the pump must provide energy to deliver the same flow rate. For water supply system, this calculation is very critical for us. The sizing of the pipes, the pump selection, and distribution network design. So you can see this is the, first of all, to find out the friction factor, we must know the Reynolds number. Then we'll go vertically up and see the roughness, that is the epsilon upon d ratio. So wherever you get the intersection, that it will be your friction factor. So in this figure, a vertical line from the Reynolds number and a roughness curve meet each other. This gives you the friction factor. Similarly, you can see in this here also. Okay, so this is your Reynolds number. First of all, identify the region. It is laminar, transitional, turbulent. Then go vertically upward, find out the roughness ratio epsilon upon d. Then wherever the point is intersecting will be your, so this is your relative roughness and this is your region. So wherever these lines are intersecting will give you the friction factor, which is this. So we have two axes basically for why we have two. You can call one as a primary axis, the other one you can call the secondary axis. So wherever the lines are intersecting vertically, that will be your friction factor. Okay, this is all about the Moody chart, or you can say the Moody plot or the Moody diagram, and the relevance of the Reynolds number. Okay, I mean the importance of Reynolds number in order to calculate the head loss, pressure loss, and the friction factor.